This fragrance collection had me super intrigued as soon as it was announced. This whole like Mercedes-Benz logo, when you put all the fragrances together, whoever did this needs a raise. Sea, air, and land. Now I really like the bottles. On their own, they look really nice, but if you have the whole collection, you could put them together like that. But are they any good? Do they smell like cheap garbage? Let's find out. All right, land, let's take a look. I did have the chance to wear some of these occasionally here and there, but I'm gonna do my first impressions. I'm just gonna label this as my first impressions. And the first thing that I've noticed with this one is it's very patchouli heavy. This one is nice and warm and it's woody dense and it's got some spice in here too. The name Land really fits it very, very well. The same kind of fragrances that would this would fall under would be like Terre d'Hermes, but also a rich, warm patchouli. But I feel like this one could be the most masculine. This one could feel like you're out in the Saharan deserts, you know, picking weeds because your driveway is overrun with weeds. I don't know why your driveway is in the middle of the desert. All right, the top notes are rosemary and black pepper. Middle notes of cocoa, balsam fir, and geranium. In the base, you have woody notes, tonka bean, and patchouli. It definitely comes across kind of like a pine tree or a vetiver pine tree kind of smell with a nice woody depth with the patchouli in here, a nice creamy tonka bean in here too, and a nice spice in here. There is a lot of pepper and a lot of spice in here. This one definitely, like I was saying before, this one is definitely the most masculine of the three, but it's not overly masculine where it's not considered, in my eyes, a blue fragrance that you can wear every day for the office, for going out to the park, anywhere. It's definitely a masculine, woody fragrance that has a lot of richness behind it. Heavy patchouli and heavy balsam fir. All right, let's take a look at C with top notes of tangerine, middle notes of floral notes, violet leaf, and base notes of woody notes and patchouli. So right off the bat, I would say that this one is the easiest one to wear. If you like a fresh aquatic fragrance, a nice citrus tone, the tangerine in here is very, very lovely. I do get a little bit of a bergamot character as well in here. There's most likely linalool and stuff in here, but there is a cleanness too behind this. And it's contributing to this kind of Cologne, kind of fresh ozonic kind of quality in here. It smells like the sea. Were you ready for that? It smells very ozonic, very bright, very airy, and very light. This one would fall in the same kind of realms as, say, like Nautica Voyage. There is definitely a kind of Invictus style sweetness at the top. It definitely has that kind of Hawas, the Invictus kind of style at the opening, and it kind of dries down kind of woody, kind of fresh, but it still retains a nice ozonic quality in here, making it very ozonic, very marine. I would say that this one is a touch synthetic just from those sea molecules or those ozonic watery molecules in here, but it definitely does smell very high-end. It's a high-end synthetic smell, I suppose, you know, if that makes any sense whatsoever. It's a very nice, airy, light, breezy kind of aquatic fragrance that has really good quality in here. It definitely has a sweet citrus kind of style in here, but it definitely has woods in the base and then also this floral nuance in here to give it kind of this light airiness, but it is definitely a marine heavy fragrance. If you don't like marine style fragrances, this one is a no-go for you. All right, and then the last one, Air. And this one really kind of took me by surprise. It's not one of my favorites, but then again, I'm not terribly mad at it. In the top, you have warm wood, petitgrain oil. In the mid notes, you have angelica, and in the base, you have turmeric, patchouli, and woody notes. Now, in my personal opinion, this one is by far the worst smelling one.
So savage.
It has this like, I really think that if they should have went with a nice white floral kind of smell with this one, but giving it kind of that nice light and airy kind of breeziness. But instead they opted for this heavy patchouli, this heavy woody kind of facet in here, this warm wood. The petitgrain oil gives a nice fresh and lightness to this, but I feel like petitgrain oil works so well with orange blossom, orange flower, something nice and light and airy. I don't feel like they did it totally justice here. You definitely do pick up the turmeric kind of vibe in here. It lends itself to be a very earthy kind of turmeric, almost dirty like quality. It doesn't scream air and light to me. It definitely dries down a little bit better. The Angelica in here and the Wormwood, I guess, is providing this nice green herbal facet to this one. This one definitely smells green and lively. It's got this like patchouli-like character. There's definitely a cleaner kind of musk style in here, mixing with some nice powdery nuances as well. It's definitely unique. It's a green, musky, fresh, spicy kind of smell to it. But the main dominant aspect with it is very green, leaf-like quality, earthy turmeric, a touch of a fresh citrus kind of smell, and just a woody depth with patchouli and a touch of cedarwood. Definitely not my favorite. I think C is a very good offering if you like the fresh aquatic kind of style, but then again, this DNA is kind of everywhere. Land is actually one of my favorites, and I think that this one is a solid pickup. You kind of have to like depth and woods, kind of like Terre d'Hermes, to really enjoy this one. But sea and land are really good. And air is good, it's just interesting, and it's definitely something unique. I'd probably say land is about a 7 out of 10. Sea here, I would probably give a nice 7 out of 10 as well. And then air, I'd probably say a 6 out of 10. So I'm gonna give the total score a 7 out of 10. Let me know in the comments down below if you have tried them or if you're interested in picking them up. I think they have an excellent marketing plan with these. I wanted to buy all 3 of them just because I can put them on my shelf and make that Mercedes-Benz logo. I mean, that's so cool. Let me know if you're planning on picking them up or if you've tried them. Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts on them. Take care, everyone. We'll see you next time.